Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. My name is Dale Hopkins. Welcome to the Second Story Theater. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone has a story. Everybody has a story to tell. And the story unfolds chapter by chapter for each and every one of us. Some people believe that the story is written as we live. Others believe the story is already written, and we just live it and experience it. But right now, sit back, relax, and let me tell you a story. My story begins on a cold, frosty, snowy December night in 1962. But other than my story beginning, not too much happened that night. So let's skip forward a little bit, just a little ways. Now, I haven't always been a magician. As a matter of fact, before I was a magician, I was a pirate, eh? I was a ferocious pirate, Dale of Manitoba. And I was not a very good pirate. I paddled me canoe up and down Lake Manitoba for decades. I didn't find a darn thing. And then one day it happened. I beached me canoe, I ran up on shore, and I found me booty. I found me treasure. Unfortunately, I said I wasn't a very good pirate. This was it. That's all I found. Well, I figured I had to open it. That's it. That's all I found was this. So like every good pirate, not knowing what to do, I went further up on shore and I logged on to YouTube. And I said, what would a good pirate do with a real little red handkerchief like this? So I typed it all in and it said, you could be a magician. I figured, well, how hard could that be? And I took off me pirate hat and I took my red handkerchief and I became a magician. Now the first thing they teach you to do on YouTube when you have a handkerchief like this one is they tell you just to do this, right? A few times. Once, twice, a whole bunch. Now most people, magicians, you know, that kind of thing, that as soon as you say you're a magician, they say, oh, can you make stuff appear? Well, sure, of course I can. And all you have to do is this. You just take an empty hand and make a fist. Cover it with said handkerchief. Now you got to make a little pot in there because that's where you make stuff appear from. All you have to do, click your fingers, the woofle dust, you blow on it, just like that. And things can actually appear. Now you have to wonder what the point is. Well, I learned very early in life that magic would be good if you can do real life stuff with it. Now, not only was I a pirate, I was a colorblind pirate. So it was quite often I came down to breakfast with 2 different color socks on. Well, there's this magic little bit, and I might even tell you how to do it. I don't know. But you know what you got to do, don't go all the way back upstairs and take your socks off, okay? Don't go up and change. Just take the one sock off that you want to change. Okay, so let's say you take the green sock off. Okay, I will tell you, but you can't tell anybody else. All right, tell you what, I'll tell you 3, because you look like the trustworthiest ones in the bunch. You got to promise you're not going to tell anybody else. Okay? It's just between the 4 of us. All right? What you do is you make a fist and you put the sock, the handkerchief, whatever it is that you want to change, down into your hand. Okay? The magic happens as it passes through your hand. You can actually change the color. Now hopefully you've got a yellow sock on the other foot, right? So we change the green. Now step 1 is you put it in the top of your hand. Step 2 is you bring it out the bottom. Okay, you've got to do that. I don't know why. It just says that in the magic book. Okay? Step number 3 is you have to pack that all the way in and take it all the way out. And you've changed the color of your sock or your handkerchief or anything like that. Now the smarter people in this front row right now are going to be thinking, wait a second, I did say this was real magic. So you have, in fact, changed the color of your sock. Now, we have a problem. We have a yellow sock that was on the foot to begin with. We have a yellow sock that used to be green. We have a yellow sock upstairs we should have gone to get. That's one too many socks, right? This is the crucial part. I will tell you how to get rid of your extra sock, okay? Listen very carefully. You've been wearing this all day, you probably don't want to have it in your mouth, okay? It's very unsanitary. But just put it right back where it came from. Just like that. Now, rules is rules. Be you a wizard, a magician, a witch, whatever you want to call it, we all have our little spell books, we all have our little rules, we gotta follow what it says. But if you do, success. Every time, and that yellow sock, that's where it comes. Now there comes a time in every man's life, and a chapter of his story starts with the line, "There was this girl." Yeah, you've had that chapter already. I am no different. Okay, when I was a young man growing up in Winnipeg, it was cold and windy and everything, and I said I was never going to leave Winnipeg. And I met this girl, and I left Winnipeg. And we headed out west. And we went until we ran into the Rocky Mountains. And we settled in this little town called Calgary. Oh, Calgary. It was a great little place. It has the greatest outdoor show on earth, the Calgary Stampede. Nothing but Rocky Mountains to the west, wheat fields to the east, and horses as far as the eye can see. And they do a lot of roping there, okay? So I decided if I was going to be out in Calgary, I was going to be a cowboy, I had to learn how to rope. So I went to university. And I didn't quite learn roping the way a normal Calgarian learned roping. I learned roping the scientific way. And I learned about this thing called illusion. Now, illusion is showing somebody 3 ropes and making them believe it. That was not 3 ropes. That was an illusion. Okay? I can pretend to take this rope right out of my hand, and if I pretend to give it to you, it almost feels like you've got a piece of rope in your hand, doesn't it? It kind of feels furry and fuzzy, right? Makes you believe there's a piece of rope there. Yeah, but it isn't. That's an illusion. Okay? The other part of the illusion is I can make you think I'm tying these 2 ropes together at their ends. So it looks something like this. That too is an illusion. Because if this was real, I wouldn't be able to do this. But I didn't just do that. That too is an illusion. Because if I really did this, then I should be able to untie this knot and have a little wee piece of rope, a great big long piece of rope, and no knots anywhere. Well, that's crazy. I can't really do it, but I can make you think I'm doing it. Just like that. You probably think you're holding on to a piece of rope right there. Okay? It probably feels furry and everything in your hand, right? But you're not really. Now this illusion is so good. I can make you believe I'm cutting a piece of rope. Just like that. But it's illusion, after all. Okay? Because if it was real, I would have 2 pieces of rope, but the way it is right now, we just have the 1. That was an illusion. Let me try that again. If you watch and listen very, very closely, You can almost hear the snap of the scissors going through. And you can almost see the little threads falling down from the loose end of the pretend rope. Wow. That sure looks real, eh? Some days I fall for this. That's how real that looks. This is all an illusion. And I can make you think that you see pieces of rope falling down into my briefcase here. And as a matter of fact, I can cut so much of this rope off that I can cut those two ends totally away. So follow along here. We had two pieces of rope. We had four ends. I cut two of the ends totally away, so now there are only two ends left. How many pieces of rope do we have?
One.
Well, yeah, one. See, because that's just an illusion, right? You were waiting for these ones to answer, weren't you? Yeah. See, it's all just an illusion, right? Now, thank you so much for pretending to hang on to that piece of rope. That's great. It really helps when people play along. Now, you pretended to hang on to that piece of rope? That's fantastic. Thank you so much. But now the question is this. What's the illusion and what's real? These three pieces of rope like this are real, and the beginning, when they were all the same, is an illusion? Or is this the illusion and the beginning was real, where everything was the same? Well, see, that's the beauty of being a cowboy. You can make people believe anything you want, and the illusion is complete. Well, from there, we climbed up over the rocky